Where are we going, Frank?
Concord Park. Gonna try to go after them biggins.
As he's digging into a burrito.
Hey, man's gotta eat.
Yeah. Just turning around because Frank screwed up.
Oh, I didn't screw up. You told me to turn down this, and I said it didn't look familiar.
Sure, pal. Keep telling yourself that.
Oh, I am.
It was the GPS that lied, okay?
And who's in charge of the GPS?
Someone that's been here 1,000 times like you, but still can't remember.
3 times. 3.
Do what? They've had that. I think.
It says no fishing. Should we break the law?
No. Look at that fish right there.
Huh?
Did you see? There's fish right there. Snagged. First cast, dude. Oh, I got a bite there.
Yeah, I've had a couple.
That was a pretty good bite, too. Hopefully it bites again. What was that? Did you see that in the water? About to switch to a Cinco if this doesn't work. I got a bite there. Keep getting bites. Huh? Get one yet?
Nope.
Well, why not? Switched up to a Cinco. Maybe it'll work better. That's the hope, anyway. I thought I had something. I guess it was grass. I heard your drag peeling. I thought that you had something. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm rooting for either one of us to get something at this point. It's gonna be a slow day. I may walk down the bank on this other side some. I'm moving over to the other side. You coming or staying here?
I'm gonna be over there in a second.
This is why I hate fishing in the dead of summer, because it's hard to find a good bass spot. Situations like this where having a boat would come in handy. I see a bunch of stuff jumping everywhere. You're being pretty quiet, Frank. You're being pretty quiet. Got one.
Sweet.
It's about time. It couldn't be smaller, though. Literally. It's about time, though.
Right?
Oh. Can't hold on to him. The first fish. It's alright.
Better than no fish, right?
Yep. Better than no fish. Well, I guess I'm sticking with the Cinco for right now. I'm just letting it hit the bottom and just crawling it across the bottom.
Slowly.
Yeah. I'm popping the rod a little bit. This place is a lot more dead than it was last time. May call it quits on bass fishing for the time being and see if we can snag a catfish. Try for bass later at New Henderson or something. Alright, so Frank ran to the bathroom. We're getting ready to start catfishing again because bass aren't really biting right now. We'll probably end up trying to catch some bass again later on, but here he comes, so we're gonna get started catfishing.
You see me lose my bait again?
Yeah, he keeps casting it off every single time he tries to cast out. Every single time the bait's been coming off the hook.
No, the first time I didn't.
The first time you didn't, but then you decided to recast, which proved a problem. Did it again.
Yep.
Man, you suck at hooking bait, Frank. I've only had it fly off once. How are you gonna catch a catfish with no bait, huh? So Frank's back that way trying to catch us some bluegill for live bait. We just had a massive run from a catfish. It was probably the biggest run I've ever had in my life. Set the rod screaming. And we couldn't get to it in time, but the rod was screaming. It bit so hard. That jumped to join us, but now he's flying away.
Still
Disappointed, Frank. Disappointed.
Yeah.
You suck.
You suck.
At least I caught a bass.
Yeah, well, I'm catching catching something today. I don't know what, but I'm catching something.
You got a full day of fishing. Crap about Frank, and he actually caught one while I was waiting on a catfish spot.
Just got that sucker. It's not too bad. A little bit bigger than the one he caught.
Oh. Is it?
Giving that one a kiss.
Don't be weird, Frank. Go release it. Weirdo kissing. Completely defeated.
By catfish, anyway.
Well, we only caught 2 bass, too. I think that's pretty much defeat.
Hey, no. That is a win in my book. I'd rather
but
have...
since we didn't catch much here, we're just going to include this
with our
video
next video
into the next video so that there's a lot of action. Because,
hopefully.
because we're going to try to go to New Henderson and get quite a few and maybe merge the videos together. So that way it's not just boring and us sitting here. In Concord now, we're just going to go fishing later on at a new place called New Henderson. But that place was not producing at all. And I think you can agree with me, Frank, that we both like a challenge, but we don't like when a challenge beats our ass.
This is true. I mean, I caught a bluegill for bait, and then I caught the 1 bass. You caught your 1 bass. But that wasn't really much of a challenge. And the challenge kicked our ass this time.
Yeah, no catfish. Here at New Henderson, and I've been fishing for a while with the Cinco, and this guy pulls up and catches a bass on the first cast because they're besting on shad. I figured they'd probably be hitting on swim baits since they're hitting shad, but I didn't have any swim baits, so I had to use the Cinco.
Smaller than the first one.
First cast. I figured you'd probably catch one on that swim bait after I saw him eating all those fish.
I just can't believe I got one first cast.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. I wish I'd had a swim bait that whole time now. Come on. All the shad have started moving in here and people are just all over them. Because once the shad move in here, all the bigger fish do, and people just flood this place. Well, let's go up there and try to catch some catfish then. All right, I'm going.
I'm glad you did. Before you hurt yourself.
We've been down here at Concord for a little while, other than Frank catching that first bass. There hasn't been much going on. Do what?
Still gonna try for more.
Yeah, still gonna try for more. But it was way too crowded, and we think that all the publicity of this place probably killed all the fishing that we could have had down here tonight. But we're gonna keep trying. We'll keep you updated. If we don't catch anything else, then we'll go out again one day. We pretty much knew that whenever we got down here and saw the people that it wasn't gonna be good. So me and Frank both are trying for more bass while we have a little bit of daylight left. Also have the catfish rod set up just in case. This is where the one was caught earlier though. So maybe in the last little bit of light we can get one. Just anything. The people really did a number on this place today though. I'd say there's no fish willing to bite at this place within miles. As many people as there were running up and down the lake in speedboats. I'd say it's probably a little bit too dark to keep catching them on these swim baits. I'd say it's probably too late in the day to catch them on anything other than solid black lures, which we don't have.
I shall be back.
Got one that time. I got something. I don't know what that was. It popped up out of the water though. It looked like a snake, and I'm glad I didn't catch that. It looked like a pretty big snake too. We're about to make a move. I'm gonna try down here beside the swimming area. Obviously don't fish in the swimming area, but a lot of times if you fish next to it, the fish kind of crowd up there. Just because they know you can't fish that close. But there's nobody swimming right now, and that's what I'm gonna do. Somebody's roasting marshmallows. I can smell it. You smell the s'mores, Frank?
Got all the stuff to make those at home.
As soon as you walked off a minute ago, I hooked something, and it looked like a giant snake. It popped straight up out of the water, long and skinny, came unhooked and went straight back down. I have it on camera, I know. I'm gonna have to look back and see what it was. At first I thought it was snag, but it was definitely something.
An anaconda.
It had some size to it, man.
Had some shoulders on it.
Had some shoulders on it.
Was it a better one?
Damn. I think something just broke me off. Definitely had something.
Weeds?
It wasn't weeds. It was moving. I had weeds on my line, but may have side hooked something. Three more casts and I'm through. What the hell was that? Still doing it. Oh, it's that giant bird flying above where that boat is right now. I know people that are watching can't see it, but I don't even know if they can still see at all. All right, man, I think I'm calling it.
Yeah, I am too.
So we just got back from our trip. If you like the videos, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Sorry it wasn't too successful.